Everyone was so injured that they could barely stay on their feet. They started accepting their fate. This was the end, but right before they were wiped out, Sung Jinwoo's shadow soldiers burst out of them like a freaking horror movie. Bikinio had no clue what was happening, but then, standing on top of a building looking like a damn legend, Sung Jinwoo had arrived. Using his shadow exchange, he teleported straight into the battlefield. Our cameraman had no clue what was going on, and the hunters were even more lost. Igris came in swinging that oversized sword like a Beyblade, while Iron was smashing bugs as if they owed him money. Tusk turned those insects into ground beef, and just like that, the real boss of this dungeon had arrived. The squad was completely baffled, while Four Eyes was trying to process what Sung Jinwoo was even doing there. They still hadn't realized that the dude was the general of this cracked army. Back in the city, G and Mr. Song were confused that the broadcast had just gone poof. Meanwhile, the president and the inspector were sweating bullets, wondering what had happened to the hunters at the network station. They were losing all their views since they had to cut the footage to avoid showing the hunters getting wrecked. The boss tried calling the cameraman, but there was no signal. Sung Jinwoo told Iron to use taunt, and boom! All the ants locked onto him as if he had just insulted their queen. He and Egris went on a bug-squashing spree, while Tusk popped up a shield to protect the confused and battered hunters. Bake started firing off questions like it was a press conference, but Sung Jinwoo told him to hold up, drink a potion, and he'd explain later. Dong Wook didn't believe that the juice could actually heal him, but Sung Jinwoo hit him with the classic, just shut up and drink it, and suddenly the man was patched up like a brand new action figure. For end. But Chahyun was in such bad shape that even the potion said, "Nah, bro." So Sung Jinwoo told them to carry her and stay behind him. He'd handle the mess ahead. That's when a whole wave of ants decided to crash the party. Back at the association, the president was trying to get an update, but no one had answers since the big black ant had cut all comms, including with the Japanese squad. So President Go ordered all medical and rescue teams on standby. Man was salty about being too old to fight and started praying that everyone made it out. Meanwhile, Jinna was smacking the TV, thinking it was broken. Mom told her that wasn't going to help, and Genius over here switched to her phone to check the stream on the Japanese Navy ship. The captain explained they had lost contact with Goto. It turned out some ultra-powerful monster had appeared and added Goo's head to the collection. The Japanese boss was fuming, calling Goo useless and raging that 7 out of their 10 rank hunters had been wiped out. But when he heard that the monster had gone back into the ant nest, he cracked a smile like a Disney villain, claiming no Koreans would survive and that Japan would stay on top. Man, I can't wait to see that mustache go flying back in the nest. Sung Jinwoo's elite generals were throwing a rager while the basic shadows were struggling with the ants. Sung Jinwoo wanted to add more to his squad using shadow extraction, but too many eyes were watching. Not that it mattered anymore, his secret was long gone. So he warned the hunters that he was about to go full savage and told them to stay behind. Tusk asked them to keep quiet about what they were about to see. But just as he went to extract, something crazy happened. The ants stepped aside. No joke, they bowed their heads and cleared the path as if he were the king of bugs himself. That's right, Baru was back after humbling that loudmouth Goto. Even Sung Jinwoo's shadow soldier stood there like, "Yo, who invited this guy?" That aura was different, and everyone felt it. The bug let out a rage-fueled scream, yelling that the king wasn't outside either. Then it asked, "Is the true king right here?" Sung Jinwoo realized this was the freak that had erased the shadow he had planted on Goto, and when he stepped forward, the hunters collectively clutched their pearls in panic. No one could tell whose aura was more terrifying, Sung Jinwoo's or Baru's, my dude. The showdown we've all been waiting for had just dropped. The giant roach asked if Sung Jinwoo was the king of humans, and Sung Jinwoo straight up laughed in its face like, "You're just a talking bug." My guy Baru said he had a strong aura, then let out a scream that nearly sent the hunters flying. But Sung Jinwoo didn't even flinch. "Bro, you stink worse than gym socks in July," Sung Jinwoo clapped back. Chahyun was sweating bullets, thinking even our boy couldn't handle this freak. After a billion connection attempts, the broadcast finally came back online. The boss yelled to get it back on the air, But his assistant was like, "Have you lost your mind? We can't bleep anything out if this goes south." Yet the boss didn't care. Better traumatize the audience than lose those sweet, sweet ratings. People were shook. Jin, Mr. Sung, everyone who'd ever teamed up with Sung Jinwoo was watching with their jaws on the floor. His sister was the most confused of all since 3 minutes ago he had told her he was just going to the corner store. Now he's throwing hands in hell's backyard. The president even snapped his chair in half from excitement. VL was like, "Oh wait, how did he even get to Jew?" But no one cared anymore. Everything was riding on Sung Jinwoo. Baru swung a killer right hook at Sung Jinwoo, and Chae-hyun questioned why a so-called mage was even up close like that. Boo scoffed and said that Sung Jinwoo was too weak to be a king, but his expression changed real quick when Sung Jinwoo didn't budge. Then Sung Jinwoo activated Dominator Touch and slammed Boo into the ground like he was dunking trash into a dumpster, followed up with a meteor punch that nearly hit. But Boo managed to dodge at the last second. Dongwook asked Baek-in-hoo if Sung Jinwoo was really a mage, but at this point, nobody knew anything anymore. Boo came back swinging with the force of Thor's hammer, but Sung Jinwoo blocked it as if it were just a light slap. The cameraman, being a regular old rank A, could barely stay standing as the real fight kicked off. Sung Jinwoo and Baru were trading blows like they had beef since kindergarten. Then Sung Jinwoo landed a punch so nasty, it launched Baru 10 blocks away. Baru was like, "What in the flying hell is this? Human? Human?" He charged again, but Sung Jinwoo countered mid-air and nailed him right in the snout. Blood came pouring out of Baru's nose like Sanji spotting a bikini model. But Boo wasn't playing anymore. One scratch, and boom, he injected a venom so strong it could knock out a rhino. "With that poison in your system, you're toast," he said, flexing his mandibles. Yet, right before the lights went out, Sung Jinwoo grabbed his wrist and dropped a punch so god-tier that it cracked Baru's armor and yeeted him into the wall. Four Eyes was in full shock mode. Sung Jinwoo shouldn't have even been able to move, but at this point, BX had seen enough crazy stuff to not even blink. Jinwoo, he said, "So that's your ace, huh?" And in seconds, the system purged every ounce of poison from his body. He looked over and said he had to finish this as soon as possible, or Cha wouldn't make it. He launched a brutal kick, but this time Boo dodged like a pro, realizing that nothing was working. Baru activated his final form. His exoskeleton started evolving like he was going full Digimon, and now this bug was 5,000 times more unkillable. Before Sung Jinwoo summoned his Demon Monarch daggers, crackling with dark lightning as if they were fresh out of a boss drop, he tried to slice the bug, but Baru blocked it as if he were parrying a tutorial enemy. The two went right back to throwing hands, trading blows in a flurry so fast it looked like a Dragon Ball fight on 2 times speed. This was no sparring match. Blink once and your head's on the floor. Baru summoned a bunch of ice spikes, probably looted from that Japanese rank S who had become a memory, and suddenly they were fighting mid-air with rocks falling all around as if someone had thrown the stage into a blender. Baru realized that Sung Jinwoo's speed wasn't just matching his... it was surpassing it. The man wasn't just keeping up, he was downloading his moveset in real time. They clashed so fast that it broke the laws of physics. You couldn't even follow them in slow motion. This was peak anime. Sung Jinwoo broke through Baru's guard and unleashed a flurry of gut punches. Then he dual-wielded his daggers like a blender on steroids, slicing at the oversized cockroach as if he owed it rent. But Baru wasn't out yet. He slammed Sung Jinwoo into the dirt and went for the eye-piercing finisher. Yet right before things got ugly, Sung Jinwoo's skill Fatal Strike evolved into Mutilation, and my guy turned that bug into shredded lettuce. He sliced him up so fast that even Baru couldn't keep up. Baru tried to regenerate behind a wall of ice, but Sung Jinwoo had murder in his eyes. That was the first time that arrogant bug ever felt true fear. Sung Jinwoo drop-kicked him right in the gut and shattered his body like glass. Pata, Baru, now looking like he had fallen down an elevator shaft, called for backup like a sore loser. But too bad he wasn't the only one with a squad. 2. Sung Jinwoo's shadow generals rolled up, ready to exterminate every last one of those crusty bugs. Even Kaisel pulled up like the final boss of a gacha banner. Orc smashed through the swarm and Tusk dropped a fireball that tore open the nest like a can of soda. Baru was straight up panicking, saying, "None of this made sense. Wasn't he supposed to be the goat? Why does this dude in black jeans and a hoodie feel like the final boss?" Baru tried to dip with his wings,